Hi, welcome to the Essential Channel. I am Isabel Inclán, and now I am covering the gala of the National Ethnic Press and Media Council of Canada. And here I had the opportunity to do some interviews with the attendees, politicians and members, so I invite you to stay here and know more about this special gala.
For coming here tonight. It's a great night and I feel really satisfaction, and I want to thank you from my heart with this cold night and the snow. I understand that only when you feel what this organization is doing, then you come to support us.
How are you, Mr. Saras?
Well, thank you. Thank you for being with us tonight. It was a beautiful event with over 400 people, most of them editors and publishers, and also editors of radio and television. And I want to thank you all from my heart, because that was a great success, and the success is because of all of you.
How many members the organization has?
The organization has 1,200 members, but not all of them from Toronto, or from all over Canada. So Toronto has about 200 members, 270, and the majority of them were with us here.
Okay, and here we have as attendees liberals and opposition leaders and members of parliament. So they recognize the value of the ethnic media.
Of
but
course.
What about the support from the Ontario government, the federal government? We need more?
We have right now a number of programs that they are giving money to support the members of the ethnic press. And this is good. I hope that the new government is also continue to do that. But yes, indeed, the Ontario government starts giving ads effective January. The federal government has created 4 programs, and they are supporting very, very well the ethnic press.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Sara, thanks for this effort to support ethnic media
Thank you.
in Ontario and in Canada.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Happy
being
holidays.
with us.
Happy
You too.
holidays.
All the best.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Canada is an amazing and incredible country that is made up of community after community that has chosen to make Canada home. And all of you in this room are the bridge between back home to life in Canada, of making those connections of what it means to be Canadian, in our diversity, in our inclusion, so that we learn about each other, see each other, celebrate each other, and ensure that the Canada that we are building together belongs to all of us.
And that is something we should celebrate this Christmas. The blessing of having the Canadian flag, the maple leaf, as a symbol of hope. And so I want to wish you all a very happy Christmas, because we need to look forward to something better in 2025.
So Thomas, thank you very much for allowing her to give me this. It's always very nice of you. You're a leader. You've kept this organization going for so many years. I thought they were going to do it in gold for you. This is at bronze, so I'm dying to see yours. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas and happy seasons. Greetings to everybody.
Celebration, all of us together in this beautiful Hungarian house, celebrating the diversity. I don't know how many nationalities are represented here. I used to say in Mississauga we spoke 200 different languages. We are from 150 different countries. But my goodness, there's so many more people here tonight. And you're all special and you're all unique, and it is so important that we carry on and pass on the values, the histories, the traditions, and the cultures of where we come from, but bring them here to Canada, because Canada alone is that beacon of hope where we can all come together in peace and in harmony and live with each other and celebrate one another, because what distinguishes us is that everybody has an equal opportunity to succeed, and that's what I'm going to fight for all of you. So if I may,
Today we have many representatives of the ethnic media. What do you think about the ethnic media in Ontario?
So vitally important to keep it all going. Not the mainstream media, the ethnic media. Bring it back to the people from every culture, from everywhere around the world. And you know, I was mayor of the city of Mississauga, and we had so much ethnic media. And I know most of the people in the room from everywhere. They spoke 200 different languages, 150 different countries, and it is so important to preserve our language, to preserve our history, culture, traditions, and this is what the ethnic media does. So I'm so grateful. Many people still get their news in their own language from the ethnic media, and so this is why we need to preserve and protect and invest in.
Okay, I know the federal government put some support through the local journalist initiative to the ethnic media to survive, but do you think that is enough?
No, not enough, because they're failing, and we need them to survive. We need them to be strong, because we need that awareness out in the community of every culture, every voice, to preserve the traditions, the language, and the news in your own language. It's very important.
Here in Ontario, if you are the next premier in Ontario, will you support more the ethnic media or present a program?
We need to support the ethnic media. We need it to be strong. We need it to survive. It's so important because that's who we are as Ontarians, as Canadians. We come from everywhere, and that's what makes us so special here. We need to protect that and preserve it.
We clean up well. Look, to everyone in this room, journalists, editors, broadcasters, media leaders, you do something truly extraordinary. You tell the stories that matter, the stories that connect us. You give your communities a voice and ensure that they feel seen, heard, and understood, and that is no small thing.
In Ontario. Marit, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's so wonderful to be here to celebrate our community media and the really important role that they play in connecting people and communities to what's happening here, but also back home.
Yeah, are you familiar with this ethnic media association?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And I really enjoy coming to this dinner every year because it is an opportunity, again, to celebrate the people who bring us the news. And one of the great things about Ontario is people come from all over the world, and they bring their traditions and their languages, and the ethnic community media is really important in providing information back to the community. So for people like me in opposition, in government, in politics, it's a really important way of getting information out to community, and we really appreciate everything you do.
You mentioned what is important, the ethnic media work, especially now with the social media, artificial intelligence, misinformation, disinformation. So, what do you think?
So important that you're providing people with the real information. You're shedding a light in areas where maybe there's misinformation that's out there. I think especially during the pandemic, community media were so essential. I mean, I really do believe you saved lives by getting good scientific information out to people. And that's what's sometimes missing today. It's hard for people to navigate all the different information that's coming at them, but with the community media, ethnic community media, they know they're getting good, solid information and news when they need it.
But at the same time, do you think ethnic media is getting the enough help?
No, certainly not. I know it's a big struggle. And, right now what we see is certainly, government can put in ads and things like that and support ethnic media. But I think we need to do more than that. I think we need to actually set up funds to be able to ensure that we keep ethnic media going. It's always going to be really hard, and particularly these days for all media, but for smaller local community media, it's a very big challenge. So this is the time when we should be actually supporting community media with funds, with support from government, and I think it's absolutely crucial right now.
Are you consider to put some motion at Queen's Park in that?
I haven't done that yet. I'm not sure if we've put forward a motion like that, but I know that I've committed before that I think that that is what an NDP government would do in Ontario, is to ensure that we continue to support community media, but in a more significant way. You shouldn't only have to rely on ads, right? You need actual government support, and I think that we've seen sometimes government has stepped in to provide that. I think now it's absolutely essential. The way the world is going, we need to ensure that we maintain that solid source of good information for people.
Mr. Sars down at City Hall in the Ethnic Press Gallery, and I can tell you the work that you do is so valued by our communities in the very most diverse city in the entire world, where 51% of our residents are in fact not born here in Toronto, not born in Canada, but are bringing their time, their talent, their treasure to this country to build something, to raise a family, to invest, to build a business. And the stories that you cover celebrate that success. And I think, the fact that we have Minister Sachs here, we have the Leader of the Opposition, Marit Stiles, the fact that we have the Minister of Energy, Stephen Lecce here, and other politicians really speaks to the value that you bring to our communities to making sure that we are all connected. So this is an event that I never miss, because I really do appreciate what you do. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I know it's hard to get around Toronto right now, and I'm sure it was a nightmare getting over the O'Connor Bridge to be here with us tonight, fighting the snow, fighting the TTC. But my goodness, God bless you. We love that you're here. I really do appreciate what you do, and I know my community does as well. So let's celebrate you, let's celebrate success. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and peace and prosperity for 2025. Brad Bradford from Beaches East York, it's great to see you.
And thanks for being here.
Oh, happy to be here. It's an event that I look forward to every single year, and we got a full house tonight here in East York, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Tell me, what do you think about the ethnic media? We are facing a difficult situation after social media and artificial intelligence. What do you think about this, the importance of ethnic media?
Well, I think the press in general has been forced to evolve and change, and it's kind of a tumultuous time. But at the same moment, it's never been more important than it is right now, with all of the really important conversations taking place here in Toronto and Ontario and across the country and really around the world. And what I would say about the ethnic press in particular is, in a city like Toronto, where we have more diversity than anywhere else in the world, where 51% of our residents are in fact not born here in Toronto, it's so important to have those channels to connect communities with culture, and to also celebrate the success of new Canadians and people who are building a business and raising a family and betting on cities like Toronto. We want to celebrate that. We want to tell those stories, and the ethnic press is the best way to do it.
You recognize this is important, the ethnic media. We have here the representatives of this organization, but at the same time, I'm asking you, do you think ethnic media has the real support that they need? I know there is a local journalist initiative, this is federal, to support the ethnic media, but do you think it's enough? What about City Hall?
Well, we have offices at City Hall for the ethnic media. Mr. Sars has an office down there, Maria, and we love to see them. And again, I think local government is so important to people, because that's where all the action is. When we're talking about our community centers, our parks, transit, traffic and congestion, affordability, these are issues that people care about, but also our small businesses and our main streets. And I think that making sure that we have those outlets to cover those stories and to share them with people, we got to support it. And so we support it by engaging. People subscribe, and governments need to recognize that democracy is stronger when we have platforms and channels to share factual information. And I think that's what's been under siege over the past number of years, is just making sure we have factual journalism. And so, we're all going to have to evolve, but that is so important to support.
Support from Thomas and making this thing more and more successful each year. My name is Paul Chang. I'm the Member of Parliament for Markham Unionville. Even though I'm far from home, but when I come here, I feel like I'm at home. So thank you for the invitation. Thank you for the moment. I hope to see you every year. And
our government has achieved so much. No government in the history of Ontario, under the leadership of the Premier Doug Ford, did so many infrastructure projects in our province as our government. Ladies and gentlemen, our record speaks for itself. We don't have to stand on stages and give false promises and misleading promises so that we will get your vote. No, our action are our deeds.
I want to wish you, to those of you who celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. To those of you who celebrate Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah. To those of you who celebrate whatever, Happy whatever. And Happy New Year to all of you.
Hey.